Right, okay. Admitted entrance by whom?
It was literally as though this was a quarters.
Okay.
Or some sort of regimented desk or something in here, because it was literally as though I needed to stand and wait before somebody would say, please enter.
Okay.
But it was funny because I was picking up the surname that was coming through began with it was like a Schnauzer or something like that, but it was the name of Frederick that was getting, or Friedrich, I don't know how to pronounce that perfectly.
Now, are you seeing this as a memory, or are these soldiers active here?
No, I'm seeing this as a memory. So this is obviously something that's happened here. So it's left some form of energy. It's left some sort of space there that's been marked by these people that visited.
Okay. You talk about this room. Is there anything active in this particular room? Is it somewhere that we could do a visual, somewhere where we could get activity, or is it just, as you say, just a memory and we're not going to get anything?
No, I believe that we will get some activity, because what I can feel as we start talking, it's as though we're bringing it alive all of a sudden. It's as though it's waited so long for somebody to walk into here. And what I'm aware of is in the background, over in the far corner, I'm aware as though somebody's starting to try and build up an energy for us, or some form of presence.
Oh, great.
Okay, to make us aware that whatever we do will take action. Now,
you mentioned that the boots were leading down towards the cellar. Is that where you want to go now, or do you want to go somewhere else in the building?
No, I'd like to go upstairs first. I think that's where I feel a calling.
OK, brilliant. And I think we might meet Leslie Smith up there as well. Come on then. What are you getting in here? This is the room that you kind of felt you were being led to.
An amazing feel. Very different to what I was getting downstairs. Whereas downstairs was very led, very organised. Up here I want very homely, very as though this would have been somebody's bedroom or living quarters. But I'm aware, first of all, of an old lady that connects in here with us, as though she would have passed in this very room. Okay, because that's the first person that starts talking to me. If I was to give you a surname, I'd have to give you the surname of Chambers connected with this lady, and the first name would have to be something like Martha, or somewhere around Martha or Marion at the moment as I'm working.
When did she die?
Somewhere around the late 1800s. 1893, she tells me. Okay, but again, as I do that, I've also got male connections coming in again, as though this has been so many different things and different levels of a place, because I'm aware that somebody's talking to me at the moment and saying, well, there's bits that don't belong, there's bits that have been brought in from other places. So I feel as though there is items in here, and I want to say a ship. I want to say the beams belong to a ship. But I'm aware of a very strong sort of religious link coming through as I'm talking at the moment, because it's this lady that's doing this to me at the moment, and she's putting the cross in front of me as though to say, bless you, son, bless you. Okay, so this is what she's making me aware of as she's talking to me. And there's something to do with a priest connection, or some sort of, as though a priest would have lived here at some point. And I don't know whether she's talking about this room or whether she's talking about another room, but I feel very strong with this, I'm going to say Catholic link, because that's what's coming to me with the cross at the moment. It's a cross, not a crucifix. Okay.
If someone was to come into this room, as I always say, what sort of activity do you think we would get in this room? And would it be from this old lady that died in here?
It wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of poltergeist activity or something that was going to be thrown in this room, because that's the sort of energy. It's very vibrant and very energetic at the moment as we're talking.
Right, I am very intrigued as to what you're going to pick up in here. I really am.
That's good, that's good. Now again, this is where the big Catholic link's coming forward for me now at the moment as I'm talking, and this is where the gentleman is coming forward who I described earlier as being a priest. He immediately comes forward as though somebody would have passed in death in here. Right. Literally as though whatever they caught took the life in this very room. I'd have to talk about the name of Walter that comes in very strongly in this room, and also the name of either Stan or Stanley connecting at the moment at the same time. And I know that again this takes me into the 1800s as we're talking.
Right.
Okay.
So we say died. Oh, sorry, you're listening.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Does he stop talking?
Yeah.
Who's talking to you then?
This gentleman, this priest.
Okay.
At the moment,
Can you
but he won't give me his name.
Describe what he looks like. Can you see him?
Yeah, if I was to describe him to you, I want to say he's no more than probably 5'4", 5'5" in height, but he's got it's a rope, not a belt. That's the only way I can say it to you, with the dark robes on at the moment. But again, I feel as though he's connected with whatever death took place in here.
In this room,
Yeah,
in the 1800s.
As though he would have been here when the death happened.
Okay.
Delivering the last rites.
Yes, delivering the last rites as I'm talking to him.
What colour was his gown?
If anything, I'd want not brown, I want to say black.
Okay.
I want to say black.
Right.
Because it feels very much as though somebody must have done a ritual in this place before to ward off. All I can say is to ward off. That's all I'm being allowed to say.
Allowed?
Allowed to ward off.
Who's stopping you?
As though this priest was brought in at the same time to ward off somebody.
Somebody or something?
I'm going to say spirit.
Right.
To keep
so it's
spirit away.
What you're saying then, really, is a priest has been brought in here to do an exorcism?
Of some kind.
Of some kind.
Of some kind, yeah. To keep spirit away. But I want to say a negative spirit to keep them away.
You just said, I'm being allowed. I'm only being allowed. Who's stopping you? Who's doing that?
This is the priest that's telling me this because he doesn't want me to mention the word of the evil.
What? Devil?
It's him who's talking to me about this at the moment. The devil link or the evil link.
Oh, really?
And it's really as though I want to keep everybody safe at the moment.
That's what he's saying to you?
Yeah, I'm wanting to keep everybody safe on his behalf. Again, he's drawing the cross as he's talking to me.
That's very interesting. Also a little bit scary.
I hope it makes sense.
Yeah. Can you give me a time when this priest was here?
1648.
That's very precise and very quick. You've got a really good link with him.
1648, very strong. He talks to me of the February time of that year at the same time as he's talking to me as well.
Fantastic.
Barry John finally leads us to the cellar, where we believe Royalist prisoners were held during the Civil War, and he immediately senses its difference to the other parts of the house.
Right, completely different feel, eh?
Very earthy, very grounded is what I want to say.
Yeah.
I feel very threatened at the moment in here. As though somebody's going to come downstairs, and I don't know why I want to keep looking up there as though I could have hidden things up there, pushed things out of the way, but I want to cower.
Is this connected to when you first came in, you said that there were lines of soldiers' boots from First World War. Is this anything to do with that, or is it before or after then?
I feel as though I'm before. I really feel as though I'm before. Again, I want to talk about the 1600, 1700 period as I'm talking to you at the moment. But again, I just feel like cowering.
Okay, so you've given us quite a lot of information. Should we see Leslie? Lurking in the corners is our Leslie all the time. All right, there you are.
Checking out the depths of the building.
Now then, you've been earwigging. What do you think to what Barry's been saying?
It's pretty good, actually, Barry, because we do know that the great siege of Harlech Castle near here, reasonably near here, and we know that we have got parliamentarians taking over the house as their headquarters, and I can also tell you that their prisoners, which would be royalist, were kept down here.
Okay.
And also the date's right. You know, the period of time you're giving is right. You're absolutely bang on. It's the middle of the 17th century, and you're talking about being perhaps the gold coins and things. They want to hide things, maybe to try and bribe people or that sort of thing. So it fits in beautifully, and that sense of panic that someone's going to find them in a minute. I mean, we're in a very remote spot, of course, but then again, it's not so remote that people didn't want to use it as a headquarters. So it must have been a very commanding and important spot. So I've been listening around there and been smiling away because the hit is very impressive, Barry.
Good.
Right, are we ready to turn all the lights off? You ready, Leslie?
Oh, I am looking forward to this.
I think there's going to be a bit of
a wind blowing here. I should say, by the way, that the staff at the hotel said that they wouldn't come anywhere near here after dark. You know, you were just saying about.
Is that because we're here or because it's haunted?
It might be just I thought of all that wind blowing, I think.
Come on, let's get going.
Historian Leslie Smith's